Good morning. Please rise for the invocation. Let us pray. Almighty and ever-present God, we gather together today for this day of celebration and dedication of these new doctors of podiatric medicine. We pause now to give thanks. Thank you for the many talents, known and unknown, that you've bestowed upon this group of new doctors. Thank you for the faculty and their talented leadership at the Temple University School of Podiatric Medicine and their dedication to the pure principles of academic enlightenment. Thank you for the parents, families, loved ones who have supported the efforts of this journey and will need to continue to render their love and support further ahead on the road. We humbly beseech you to be with each and every one of these new doctors. Give them the patience of Job, the wisdom of Solomon, and a discerning heart to know what is always in the best interest of their patients, now and forever. Amen. Amen. Please join me in our national anthem. Gentlemen, uncover. By the dawn. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is John Mariachi, and I have the privilege of serving as the Dean of the Temple School of Podiatric Medicine. Of course, there's a glitch every time. Temple officers, honored guests, deans, faculty, family, and finally you, graduates. I bid to you good afternoon, and I thank you for joining us on this most important day, marking your class's commencement of the Temple School of Podiatric Medicine. To our APMA President, Dr. Bisbee, welcome. You are important to the school and to the profession. Your invitation to celebrate with this class is a demonstration of the esteem in which our students hold you. And your attendance this afternoon is a sign of the respect that you have for these, our wonderful graduates. To our faculty, thank you. I repeat this thought each year because I feel that it is so important. Yours is a noble and selfish profession. You have spent 4 years giving of yourselves. Each day you have imparted your experience, your intelligence, your patience to these our graduates. You have given this graduating class what every generation since the beginning of time has sought. You have imbibed in them with the ability to heal. Finally, to our graduates, this is your day. Thank you. I thank you for the last 4 years of your inquiry. I thank you for your industry, your determination, and most of all, your intelligence to reach this point. I ask each of you to take time now to look around, look at your classmates. You are the graduating class of 2025 of Temple. The class of 2025 contains 77 graduates, almost evenly divided between men and women. You have graduated from 17 different colleges in 2 foreign countries. Finally, you are a shining representation of this country's diversity. You represent the future of healthcare. You have made friends who will stay with you throughout your life. Those among your class who are not your close friends will always be your colleagues. Take time to remember this moment. Today, you have completed your 4-year journey. Today, your status as a student ends, and your life as a doctor of podiatric medicine begins. This is an old proverb. Thank you. There's an old proverb that says that one can see far into the future if you stand on the shoulders of giants. There are giants in our profession. In the years they have carved out, formed, defined, and nurtured the medical profession that we call podiatry. Many of these giants have come from our school, and some have sat in the same seats that you're sitting in today. Because of these giants, you will graduate into residency programs. Because of these giants, you will be granted privileges on hospital staffs. Because of these giants, you will be able to perform the most sophisticated medical and surgical treatment anywhere in the world. I speak to the history of podiatry because in this ceremony, you, the graduates, are history. Today, your name will be entered in the rolls of Doctor of Podiatric Medicine here at Temple. You'll join over 14,000 podiatrists who treat millions of patients in every state of this nation. Today, your professional life begins. But something else will happen today. Today, we place a challenge before you. Today, we challenge you to become another of the giants who have faced and solved the problems that continue to plague healthcare. We challenge you to not fall into the comfortable routine of just practice and home. We challenge you to become a leader in this profession, as so many of your predecessors have become. To quote no less a luminary as Ferris Bueller, you can no longer stand idly by while forces over which you have no control govern the important decisions of your life. The profession has flourished because in each graduating class, several men and women have decided that they will build their own future. Today, we challenge each other and every one of you to become that type of leader. Let me explain. You will go to a residency program because leaders in this profession developed it and continue to lead that residency program. You will apply for and be granted hospital privileges because a leader in this profession worked with a state legislator to define the scope of privilege. Another leader worked with the Hospital Bylaws Committee to extend privileges and expand the list of procedures that you can perform. Another leader signed for operating room time in order to establish a place for you to practice. You will be able to perform the most sophisticated foot and ankle, medical and surgical procedures because a leader in this profession developed a medical or surgical protocol, utilized the protocol, and followed the outcomes so that protocol would be available to your patients and to you. Each one of these advances took place in the face of a great challenge, and only the leaders in this profession answered those challenges. Tomorrow, you will be a podiatrist who will be asked to face challenges. During the past 3 decades, the only constant that we have seen is the rate of acceleration in change. In the next decades, the speed of scientific and economic change will continue to accelerate. The only way in which you will be anything other than a passive spectator to other changes, the coming changes in this nature and structure of healthcare in your future is for you to become involved in the fight. Today, I challenge you to become a leader in our profession. I challenge you to become an active participant in the political and economic process which will shape the healthcare system in which you will practice for the next 30 years. It is imperative that you become involved, because if you are involved, if you are not involved, you're not paid for your services. If you are foreclosed from governing your own diagnosis, if you are given a contract that incents against care, your patients are the people who will suffer. Today you take an oath which will prevent you from allowing that to happen. Your activity, your involvement, and your energy will shape the course of our profession. However, this is only happening if we decide today that we will try to become a leader. Become involved in the American Podiatric Medical Association. Become involved in the Pennsylvania Podiatry Association. Become involved in your hospital staff meetings. Become involved in our Temple alumni. This involvement will not only help you, but is necessary for our profession. Additionally, and just as importantly, become involved in your church, become involved in your children's school, become involved in your community. While this involvement will establish and grow your practice, it has a much more important result. It spurs the demand for the services that we render, those of podiatric medical and surgical. The growth of the demand for podiatric service is the keynote of our future. There are over 330 million citizens in this nation. There are only 14,000 podiatrists, men and women with your degree. The demand for you and the demand for your services will continue, but it must grow. Your involvement in the community and in your profession will cause this growth. Today you enter into a profession which offers you unlimited horizons. They will be horizons that you shape. They are not being defined by my generation, or it would be defined by yours. William Butler Yeats, the great Irish poet, stated once that education is not like filling a pail, but the lighting of a fire. I have always appreciated that metaphor. Fire is the oldest form of comfort. It produces warmth, provides light, but it requires constant fuel in order to prevent it from dying. And you have that fire. That fire is a drive and ambition that you have exhibited by embarking on our 4-year challenge that you have just completed to become a doctor of podiatric medicine. That fire is the intangible character trait that will attract you to continued education and research. That fire will attract patients to your practice and earn you the respect from your contemporaries. However, the death knell of that fire is comfort and complacency. Deciding today to become a leader in this, your chosen profession, will supply the fuel to keep that fire alive. Today, I challenge you to take the fire that brought you here to this great school with you and exhibit it to the world. It will sustain you, your community, and your life. Our faculty has given you everything that we can. From today forward, your fire, your youth, your energy, and your dedication will change and shape our own horizons. Today, become a giant so that when your sons and daughters climb onto your shoulders, they will be able to see forever. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Mike Barth, the president of Pennsylvania Podiatric Medical Association.
Thank you for your patience, everyone. Good afternoon, Dean Mattiacci, trustees of TUSPM, special guests, graduates, faculty, parents, and friends. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I'm Mike Barth. I'm the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Podiatric Medical Association. It's wonderful to see such a big room full of smiling faces and happy students. When you think about it, milestones like this one are an interesting combination of things. On the one hand, the act of graduating is a celebration of something that is coming to an end. You have put in countless hours of studying and practice to be sitting here today. You've worked hard to meet the challenges of your podiatric medical education, and if you have earned the right to be wearing your regalia, you deserve to be proud of yourself. But I encourage you also to take a moment to think about everyone who helped you get to this point. The TUSPM faculty, your family, your classmates, that teacher who first sparked your interest in science or math or whatever led you to this path today. But I encourage you to think about the fact that this network is all part of how you got here. Graduation also marks the beginning of something. It's the beginning of residency. It's the beginning of doing the very thing that you have been training to do. It's the beginning of calling yourself doctor. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? With each step in your career journey, a different support network is required, and that's where PPMA comes in. PPMA provides you with the opportunity to connect with your fellow doctors. PPMA delivers education that keeps you at the top of your game. PPMA fights for you when you are not getting paid for your hard work. PPMA defends podiatry when the system is under attack from outside interests. PPMA makes it more affordable to protect your health and your business. PPMA is the voice of podiatry. You have chosen a vocation that provides you so many ways to apply your talents. Take full advantage of the people and resources available as you take this next step into your journey of podiatry. Let your voice shape the greater voice of podiatry. Be active. Get involved in this great profession you have chosen. So today, I welcome you to the podiatric family. Congratulations on your accomplishment. Good luck with all that comes next.
This walk gets longer and longer. We're privileged today to have the president of the American Podiatric Medical Association. Dr. Brooke Bisbee, DPM, was elected the 99th president of the American Podiatric Medical Society. During the 225 APMA House of Delegates, in her inaugural address, she emphasized the power of unity and the importance of forward momentum in the field of podiatric medicine. She encouraged members to seize the opportunity to thrive, to adapt, and to forge ahead with clarity and purpose. Dr. Bisbee called for a renewed vision for this association, one that strengthens advocacy, redefines its mission, and inspires a collective sense of purpose throughout the podiatric community. A devoted practitioner for more than 20 years, Dr. Bisbee brings both experience and passion to her leadership role. Please be with me to welcome the president of the APMA, our leader, Dr. Bisbee.
I'm a little shorter. Good afternoon. I'd like to thank Dean Mariachi for the honor to address the Temple University School of Podiatric Medicine class of 2025. And I extend warm greetings to those gathered, the esteemed faculty, family members and friends, and most importantly, you, the outstanding class of 2025. It is truly a privilege to stand here before such an impressive group of young professionals. Today is a momentous day. After years of grueling study and hard work, sleepless nights, and countless exams, your dedication and sacrifice has led to this very moment, graduating as a doctor of podiatric medicine. Graduation from podiatric medical school is a major milestone. Just think about how far you've come. Think back to your admission interview if you can. How nerve-wracking was that day? For many of you, it might be a blur, but for some of you, you can remember every single detail and you thought it was a nightmare, perhaps. I can tell you that for myself, 30 years later, it was a cold January day at the old PCPM. Unfortunately, my flight from St. Louis arrived at 2 a.m. for an 8 a.m. interview, and I had no luggage. And the hotel was out of toothbrushes. They did have toothpaste, so that was handy. So if you're like me, you made it, or obviously you were like me, you made it through that admission interview. You cleared that first hurdle. And then there was that first day of medical school. No doubt there was a lot of nervous energy and uncertainty as you met your classmates for the first time, wondering who was really going to cut it. And for that matter, were you really going to cut it? You had to question yourself occasionally. Who would you be paired with in your anatomy lab? And who would you find to work with as a study partner? And of course, where exactly is this coffee shop you've heard of called Paris Baguette that is great to study and get a cup of coffee? But you figured all that out. As difficult as those first few weeks were adjusting to life as a medical student, the road only grew steeper. But you faced those challenges and you conquered them head on, becoming stronger and more resilient in the process. You have come so far, and now you're about to walk out those doors as doctors, physicians armed with the knowledge, skill, and ability to make a difference in the world. So take a moment today and soak in your accomplishments because you have earned them. Now, this moment isn't just about becoming official foot and ankle specialist. You're stepping into a role with tremendous responsibilities and reward, where you don't just fix a foot and ankle, but you literally change lives. The lives of your patients, and in many cases, the lives of so many around them. As podiatrists, you will heal and bring relief and comfort to patients in pain, restore mobility and give back independence to those with gait and balance issues, allow athletes of all ages to return to their passion, and you may very well be the first to diagnose a systemic disease, and so much more. As DPMs, our medical specialty is truly one of the most important but all too often overlooked in the realm of medicine. So as you take this next step, that was great timing. As you take this next step, I want to share some words of wisdom that I hope will stick with each of you as you go throughout your careers as doctors of podiatric medicine. Number one, always treat everyone with respect and kindness. As you have learned in your rotations, podiatrists serve as one member of the healthcare team, a really big team. Remember, whether it be the vascular surgeon you're collaborating with, the scrub tech, the front office staff, nurses, or even a member of the environmental services team, every single person you encounter plays a critical role in your ability to do your job effectively. Their work allows you to do what you do best, and their efforts are often behind the scenes, but they're of no less value, but rather of significant value. I encourage you to do your best to be kind and respectful to all whom you encounter throughout your days. It isn't always easy, and there will be tough days, I can promise you that. But I challenge you to stop for a few seconds, take a deep breath, and smile. It is that simple pause that really will make you feel better and allow you to give a thank you or a kind word to others on your healthcare team. As the old saying goes, you catch a lot more flies with honey than vinegar. So be kind every day to everyone. And I can tell you as an added little personal pearl, the nurses that you encounter on the floor in your residencies that you're getting ready to start, definitely follow that honey versus vinegar. They can teach you a lot, and they can make or break your life. So be nice to those nurses on the floor. Be willing to listen and take in some of the advice and guidance that they give you. Number 2, embrace the patient experience. Now, this is a really big one. No amount of textbook knowledge and clinical or surgical skill can replace your ability and willingness to listen, empathize, and really connect with your patients. This is what will set you apart as you guide patients through their treatment journey. Patients don't remember all the technical details of their treatment, but they do remember who made them feel safe, seen, cared for, eased their worries, and restored their confidence. Your medical knowledge will take you far, but your compassion will take you so much further. So embrace the patient experience. Number 3, stay humble and always keep learning. You're graduating as a doctor with an absolute world-class education, but here's a little secret. Now is when the real learning begins. I've been practicing 25 years, and I still don't know everything, and I can assure you that your professors and your future residency directors would probably agree with that statement. The beauty of the art of medicine is that it is a lifelong learning process. Be humble and willing to learn no matter how much you achieve along the way. Every patient you treat is a puzzle to solve, so stay curious and continue asking questions, keeping in mind that you aren't Superman or Wonder Woman, but you're human. And sometimes the best thing you can do for a patient is to recognize your own limits and collaborate with others to find the best solution for that patient. One mark of a great doctor is having the ability to diagnose, but also, very importantly, the wisdom to know when to ask for help. So stay humble and never stop learning. Number 4, stay connected with your profession through volunteering and membership. As APMA president, I would be remiss if I left this out. They might remove me from office if I did. You will have several choices of podiatric organizations to get involved with, and I certainly encourage you to serve your profession in some sort of capacity. Get connected with a group or two that really speaks to your practice interests. One of your very own professors, Dr. Andy Meyer, and 2 recent Temple alums are the founding members of the Society of Podiatric Organization Volunteerism. The society investigates, recognizes, encourages, and supports volunteerism within podiatric medicine. So as you explore what's available to you, don't hesitate to reach out to Dr. Meyer or even myself and ask questions, and we'll be happy to help guide you. Your involvement may initially just be going to your local meetings as time permits and eventually evolve into serving on a local, state, or national committee or board. And I know that it does take quite a bit of time and effort, but I can tell you from firsthand experience over 25 years that volunteering has been the absolute best for my practice, and it has made me a better doctor to my patients. So definitely take the time. You will benefit many times over. The organizations you can be part of provide many opportunities, networking, professional development, and even keep you up on the latest education and research. Please remember, however, as Mr. Barth spoke of, APMA and our state components are the only organization that keeps our profession protected and moving forward in the changing healthcare environment through tireless advocacy and legislative activities. APMA is the organization that has a seat at the table with CMS, commercial insurers, and legislators both on the state and national levels. We also collaborate directly with AMA, AOA, SVS, SIR, and many other medical associations. The staff and DPM volunteers that dedicate so much time and effort behind the scenes. And while we are not necessarily the flashy organization, APMA is the one and only group making sure that you can continue to practice to your fullest extent in education so that you can have a phenomenal and successful career and continue to care for those patients who count on you every day. So just remember, APMA should be hands down the first organization you ever choose to join and continue. And as a bonus, as a resident, all 3 years of residency, and now your first year after residency is totally free. You just have to make sure you sign up on the APMA website. Lastly, number 5, embrace humor and take care of your own well-being. And this is so super important. In the fast-paced world of healthcare you are about to enter, it's easy to get so caught up in the work that you forget to take care of yourself. But remember, it's impossible to pour from an empty cup. So you must fill your cup, and you must keep filling your cup. even when it seems like there is no time. Your patients depend on you as well as your family and friends. And you cannot be your best if you're not taking care of your physical and mental well-being. Find what works for you and actually put it on your schedule. Get your little phone out, put it on the calendar, and make sure you stick to it. If needed, seek support. You are too valuable to not seek support, so always take care of your physical and mental well-being. Humor and gratitude are important parts of well-being also. Some days will be filled with spilled coffee on your scrubs, your kids tugging at you, and you're running late now because of it. You're dealing with difficult cases, sad news that you have to give patients, and frustrating patients, just to name a few. But find humor as often as you can. It really does lighten the load. And it generally reminds the patient that they can relax and that you are human. You're a person first and a doctor second. And remember, as you practice our craft of podiatric medicine and surgery, always have an attitude of gratitude. Not everybody in this world was given the gifts to become a doctor, but you were, and that's really, really special. So always have an attitude of gratitude. So congratulations to every member of the class of 2025. Wear your DPM initials proudly. I am personally so excited to welcome yet another class that I can call colleagues, and I'm confident you will attain incredible success. I can't wait to hear all about all of the things that each of you accomplish. And I know that you will serve our patients and profession well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brisby, for your wonderful words of inspiration. Congratulations to the class of 2025. My name is Dr. Leslie Robinson. I'm the Associate Dean at Temple University School of Podiatric Medicine. And it's my pleasure to introduce a distinguished leader in the podiatric surgery and education, Dr. Andrew Meyer. Dr. Meyer is a professor in the Department of Surgery and serves as the program director of the Podiatric Surgical Residency Program at Temple University Hospital. In addition to his clinical and academic contributions, he is also the curator of the Shoe Museum here at TUSPM, reflecting his deep appreciation for the rich history of our profession. A respected educator and surgeon, Dr. Meyer is dedicated to advancing the standards of podiatric care and brings a wealth of experience and insight to every role he undertakes. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Andrew Meyer.
Thank you, Dr. Robinson, and thank you, Dr. Bisbee, for the SPOV shout-out. That was very nice. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to offer my sincere congratulations to graduating members of the class of 2025. This is a considerable accomplishment that should be genuinely celebrated, and hopefully TUSPM is doing that for you today with this ceremony. With that said, I don't want to disappoint you after our close work together these last 4 years, and I fear that you would be disappointed if I suddenly came out here and changed character, delivering a fluffy speech praising personal recognition. So instead, I'm going to maintain my true colors and spend our last limited time together discussing the external and passive forces that tend to cause stress within the structure of professionalism, as well as the potential benefits associated with being an internal physician. While you were striving, and yes, sometimes even struggling through school, there is admittedly a large focus on external factors of stress. And I'll admit that schools are often guilty of tending to teach students to be passive and external learners to some degree. Think about the classic analogy of students as an empty vessel, passively being filled with knowledge from the outside. Does that really accurately describe your experience sitting in a classroom being lectured to, with knowledge and facts directly being poured into your brain like some type of computer program download? Or did your learning occur more from within and on an individual basis, earned through late nights of independent and internal study and preparation? Schools often act as though students are identical sponges, absorbing as much as possible and ready to release that information when the sponge is squeezed with either a test or pimping or with direct patient care experiences. Think about our situation even right now as being relatively passive with respect to you and your education. Who's this graduation ceremony actually celebrating? Purportedly you as graduating students, but you're not sitting up here on the stage as the center of attention, but effectively still in the front row of class getting lectured to. This is just like surgical skills, except I'm a little higher up and wearing a funny hat. This ceremony is considering you as a uniform group who has shared a standardized experience. And you're all going to take the same exact walk across this stage, of course. But nothing could be further from the truth. Instead, you are all individuals on separate journeys, coming from and moving on to multiple pathways, and who have really come together today in this single experience almost serendipitously. You are not passive sponges beholden to external factors. Simply sitting in class, listening to a lecture, and being present for a series of clinical rotations is not an accomplishment and is not representative of learning. Instead, learning and accomplishment are active processes which are individually and actively achieved. And it is only through individual action and the application of knowledge that we can demonstrate that anything has really been achieved over the last 4 years of your schooling. That power lies with each of you individually and exclusively, and not with anybody up on this stage. This same principle will hold true over the course of your life and is not confined just to TUSPM. Although you won't have a professor or a dean anymore, you'll still have a program director and an attending, and someday a boss and a hospital administrators, among others. These are false external titles, and these people are not as important as your life as they might seem. This is because only you can decide how you will apply the knowledge that you have accrued. It might seem a little bit strange to say, but there is actually not a single most important person in this auditorium right now. Instead, we are all literally hundreds of individuals who are independently the most important person in our own lives. Life often tries to fool us, both personally and professionally, and potential stresses seem to come at us incessantly. But these are only external factors. They can trick us and make us seem as though we lack control of situations and events. But we actually possess internal control at all times, if we actively choose to recognize and take advantage of this inherent truth. Professionalism is defined by the maintenance of this internal control that we all have. We're in Philadelphia, obviously, the home to countless historical landmarks and testaments to the history of the United States. My personal favorite landmark is a bit inconspicuous, although it is in the shadow of the Liberty Bell in Independence Hall. Hidden in plain sight on the southwest corner of 7th and Market Street is the Declaration House, where Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. I often think about how big and external the concept of the United States must have seemed when the founding fathers were endlessly debating it. But at the end of the day, and after all the meetings, it took one person with one pen and one piece of paper sitting alone at the desk and tangibly writing up that document. When I get stressed by external factors, I like to think back to that desk and that singular individual effort. All we can ever do as physicians is do our best to treat the one patient that's directly in front of us. It doesn't matter how many surgeries you have. It doesn't matter how many patients are in the waiting room. It doesn't matter how many hospitals you have to go to or how many phone calls you have to return. It's just you as a physician sitting there with one patient. Focus all of your internal energy onto that one encounter, and then only then can you focus on the next one and the next one. I encourage each of you to be internal physicians and not external ones. Now, thank you. Best of luck. And know that myself and the remainder of the TUSPM faculty are proud of you. We're always here for you and excited to see how you apply your knowledge in the coming years. Thank you. Next is the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to start the presentation of professional degrees, and I'll introduce Dr. Thomas Birdwell from the Department of Surgery.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Meyer, for that introduction. So we're all very excited for our new graduates here to receive their diplomas and get hooded. Just so that we can get through everybody in a good time, please hold applause until they receive their hoods. Dr. Suor Abbas, hooded by Dr. Harris Clear, DPM, TUSPM Board of Visitors. Awards, Dr. Leonard Himes, DPM, Memorial Graduation Award, J. Roberts Rappaport Memorial Award. Dr. Hannah Alexander. Awards, Dr. Judith Ann Donosky Memorial Award. Dr. Omar Al-Homse. Dr. Ahmad Faraz Alaham. Awards, Lewis Gordon and Bernice Gordon Cohen Memorial Awards, Sterling Hartford de Premio Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Sahil Umin, hooded by his brother, Dr. Suril Amin, DPM. Dr. Bianca Alexandra Uncle Louisa Macias. Dr. Abigail Anderson, hooded by her father, Dr. Stephen Anderson, MD. Awards, Lewis Gordon and Bernice Gordon Cohen Memorial Awards, William Goldfarb Foundation Educational Award, Pi Delta National Podiatric Honor Society, Sterling Hartford de Premio Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Courtney Asase, hooded by her father, Dr. Danilo Asase, MD. Awards, the Andrea K. Delgado, MD Memorial Awards. Dr. Sean Barone, hooded by his sister, Dr. Caitlin Barone, DMD. Dr. Victoria Bissett. Dr. Gregory Carlson, hooded by Dr. Richard Bruno, DPM, TUSPM Alumni Association Board. Dr. Jessica Carrillo. Dr. Neha Dagad, Sterling DePremio, Hartford Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Joshua Fryer. Dr. Mark McCarr Gabriel. Dr. Aaron Gallardo. Dr. Bhavika Goyal. Dr. Emily Grolke, hooded by her mother, Dr. Alexandra Grolke, DPM. With that, I'm going to turn the microphone over to my colleague, Dr. Kwazi Kwadu, also in the TUSPM Department of Surgery.
affectionately known as SGR, Sarah Guha-Roy. Dr. Roy will be hooded by her father, Dr. Asim Guha-Roy. Dr. Benjamin Thomas Galino. Dr. Galino is the recipient of the Dr. H. Harvey Haber Memorial Award, James V. Ganley DPM Memorial Awards, Sterling Harford DePremio Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Catherine Hagany. Dr. Hagany is a recipient of the Pi Delta National Podiatric Honorary Society, Sterling Harford DePremio Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Trin Ho. Dr. Trin Ho is a recipient of the Clinical Science Award, the Constantine E. Mamis DPM Memorial Awards, Dr. Marjorie C. Stickoff Memorial Award, School of Podiatric Medicine Alumni Association Scholarship Award, the Alumni Award, the Sterling Harford DePremio Honorary Anatomical Society, and is hooded by her brother, Varun Mavrun Cherry. Dr. Mohana Hossain. Dr. Hussein is the recipient of the William Goldfarb Foundation Award and will be hooded by his sister, Nadia Zaman. Excuse me, Dr. Nadia Zaman. Dr. Levan Talib Jaff. Dr. Isabella Jamer. Dr. Priscilla Ann James. Dr. Isma Jilani. Dr. Preet Joshi. Dr. Joshi is the recipient of the Academy of Physicians and Wound Healing Award. Dr. Skylar Jurwitz. Dr. Malika Amin Kaderali. Dr. Gurpreet Kaur. Dr. Kaur will be hooded by her brother, Dr. Talwinger Singh. Dr. Emily Won Kim. Dr. Chad Kleinsmith. Bear with me, please. Dr. Kleinsmith is a recipient of the Dr. Stanley David Award, the Professor G. Elmer Harford Memorial Award, the Professor Vincent A. Jablon Memorial Awards, the Frank H. Rubin DPM 1943 Memorial Award, the Pi Delta National Podiatric Honor Society, and the Sterling Harford De Premio Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Daltina Koroma. Dr. Shrey Koya. Dr. Koya will be hooded by his sister, Dr. Nisha Pandit. Dr. Nicholas Craik. Dr. Danielle Sarah Kugler. Dr. Kugler will be hooded by her father, Dr. Gary Kugler. Dr. Emily Kuda. Dr. Kuda is the recipient of the Pi Delta National Podiatric Honor Society. The remaining candidates will be presented by Dr. Matthew Remento, the chair of the surgery department.
Dr. Nalong Lama, recipient of the Edwin J. and Helen L. K. Graduation Award and a member of the Sterling Hartford de Premio Honorary Anatomical Society, hooded by his uncle, Sonam DPM. Dr. Philip Lin. Dr. Shivani Madigunta. Dr. Natalia Maikat. Dr. Amir McCrae. Dr. Timothy B. McDonald, Jr., recipient of the Paul R. Quantaval Senior DPM Memorial Faculty Award, the Burton J. Katzen DPM and Wendy Cattens Award, and a member of the Sterling Hartford de Premio Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Kara Mergner. Dr. Lucas Moran, recipient of the Burton J. Katzen DPM and Wendy Katzen Awards. Dr. Georgia Nicole Muchin. Hooded by her father, Georgia Muchin. Awards, Dr. Judith Ann Donosky Memorial Awards and the Orthopedics Award. Dr. Tabitha Ijoma Wonsi. Dr. Aisha Patel. Dr. Krishna Patel. Dr. Rachna Patel. Dr. Anicia Peters. Hooded by her brother, Adele Peters, MD. Awards, recipient of Andre K. Delgado, MD Memorial Awards, and the Professor Vincent A. Jablon Memorial Award. Dr. Gabrielle Marie Peffer. Recipient of the Sports Medicine Award, member of Pi Delta National Podiatric Honor Society, and member of the Sterling Hartford De Premio Honorary Anatomic Society. Dr. Melinda Thun. Hooded by her best friend, Courtney Chandler, DPM. Dr. Gabriela Poletayev. Hooded by her mother and father, Silvana Alberto and Greg Poletayev. Dr. Valeria Perata. Hooded by her uncle, Norberto Arbona. Dr. Danica Prata, hooded by Edwin Hart, DPM, TUSBN Board of Visitors. And the last group of graduates will be announced by Dr. Sensasti, member of the Biomechanics and Department of Surgery.
Dr. Mohammed Reza. Dr. Riza Lydia Roberto. Dr. Roberto will be hooded by her cousin, Rachel Pillay, MD. Dr. Sam Roth. Dr. Roth will be hooded by his father, Ivar Roth, DPM, MPH. Dr. Roth is also a member of the Sterling Harford DePremio Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Miranda Royds, recipient of the James V. Ganley DPM Memorial Awards, the Michael L. Stone DPM Outstanding Professional Conduct Award, and is a member of the Pi Delta National Podiatric Honor Society. Dr. Daniel Ruggiero, hooded by his uncle, David Ruggiero, DPM. Dr. Brandon Samuel. Dr. Palak Shah. Dr. Jacob Stern. Hooded by his parents, Daniel Stern, DPM, and Christine Stern, DPM. Dr. Patrick Sullivan. Recipient of the Clinical Podiatric Award, the Dr. David Leibovitz Award, and the Dr. Stephen M. Dorta Memorial Award. Dr. Tara Sullivan. Hooded by her sister, Katie Gertie Farm D, and is the recipient of the Clinical Podiatric Award. Dr. Alexander Thomas. Hooded by friend, Courtney Chandler, DPM. Dr. Anjali Vedam. Hooded by her cousin, Melissa John, MD. Dr. Priya Viramgama. Hooded by her father, Kiran Viramgama, DPM. Dr. Shannon Williams Hamer. Recipient of the Benjamin and Martha Marcus Memorial Award and member of the Pi Delta National Podiatric Honor Society. Dr. Jeremy Wilson. Dr. Latila Wilson. Dr. Michael Winnick. Dr. Arissa Ye. Recipient of the ABPM Stephen M. Geller DPM Graduate Merit Award, the Constantine E. Mamas DPM Memorial Awards, Lewis Gordon and Bernice Gordon Cohen Memorial Awards, the Ruth Hess Memorial Award, and is a member of the Pi Delta National Podiatric Honor Society and the Sterling Harford DePremio Honorary Anatomical Society. Dr. Daria LaJoy Zuki. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Mariachi and Dr. Novicki back to the podium for the conferring of the degrees.
At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. David Novicki, the chairman of the Temple University Board of Visitors, to join me at the podium to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Podiatric Medicine please stand? These candidates have completed all the academic requirements and are recommended by the faculty of the Temple University School of Podiatric Medicine to receive the degrees they have earned. Congratulations, class of 2025.
I bring you greetings from the Temple University Board of Visitors and congratulations. By the authority vested in me on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Temple University, I am honored to confer upon each of you the Doctor of Podiatric Medicine degree with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Bon chant.
Congratulations, Doctors of Podiatric Medicine. Would you please recite with me a variation of the Declaration of Geneva, which you'll find in the back of your program book. Okay. At the time of being admitted as a member of the podiatric medical profession, I solemnly pledge myself to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets which are confided in me. I will maintain by all means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of the podiatric medical profession. My colleagues will be my brothers and sisters. I will not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, party politics, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life, even under threat. I will not use my medical knowledge contrary to the laws of humanity. I will make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. I will keep this oath. May I receive divine guidance in the practice of my art. Thank you. You may now be seated. I am pleased to present Dr. Muhana Hossein, DPM, an outstanding representative of the class of 2025 and the distinguished president of the class council. Today, he joins us to deliver his remarks on behalf of his class, marking this important moment in their academic journey. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Hossein to the podium.
Hello, good afternoon. For everyone that doesn't know me, my name is Muhana Hossein, and over the past 4 years, I've had the distinguished privilege of being the class president of the class of 2025. So today I'd like to say, distinguished faculty, staff, family, and friends, thank you so much for joining us today. It's so great to see so many familiar faces in the crowd. You all have not aged a single day since I last stood up here 2 years ago and addressed you all. Of course, I wish I could say the same, but my mom noticed a few new gray hairs on my head this morning, so I guess take your wins where you can get them, right? To my fellow classmates, let me be the first to say congratulations. It has been a long and difficult road to get to this point, but I'm extremely proud of all of us for making it here. The concept of giving a graduation speech is a little funny to me. I mean, what wisdom can I really impart to you guys to make an impact on you all? I've barely been able to secure a lease in Chicago, and I'm actually pretty sure that my lease starts today that I haven't paid for yet. And I'm in no way, shape, or form prepared for residency, as some of you sitting in the audience. As with any other speech I've given, I also found myself a week ago sitting on my couch, hunting for some inspiration to write this speech. Unfortunately, this time around, there was no groundbreaking television on Apple TV to draw inspiration from. Rather, this time around, I drew my inspiration from you all. Over the last few years, from all of you, I've learned a great deal, not just about school, but about life things in general. I've watched you all go on ice cream and barley dates the night before exams to support your fellow classmates. I've seen you all stay much later than clinic closes to help out the busier modules when you could have just as easily gone home and gone about your day. Over and over again, I've seen you all be selfless in service of your fellow classmates. I've watched you all be goldfish, as things may not have necessarily gone your way in class or clinic or elsewhere. And likewise, I've watched you all celebrate the many successes of your classmates with unrelenting joy. As we move forward in this next chapter of our lives, I just want to say how grateful I am to have been a part of such a selfless culture, and I hope that you all will take this with you into your next roles as residents and physicians. One of the hardest things about the closing of one chapter and the opening of a new one are the lasts. Without ever really realizing it, we did a lot of things for the very last time. Our last day of school ever, our last day of clinic, our last lecture, our last test, the last time someone gets kicked out of the group chat, the last time projecting PowerPoint slides on the TV at 3 a.m., desperately hoping that your friend can explain the really vague physiology slide from Dr. Thatcher before the 8 a.m. test. The last feeling of existential dread when you get an email from the school and you know you haven't been logging your typhoon hours or cases since May of last year. The last cartwheel on the streets of Philadelphia while walking home from McGillen's at 1 in the morning. The last roof party, whether planned or because your little snuck onto your roof without telling you. And the last ceremony that we'll all have together. While I sometimes wish I could go back and do a few things again for the last time, that's unfortunately never the way the world works. So for now, I'm happy knowing that the last time I addressed my class as our president, I'm better off now than I was 4 years ago because of each and every one of you. One almost last thing. If you thought you were getting out of here without at least one pop culture reference, unfortunately that will not be happening on my watch. Many of you might remember visiting my apartment during school and seeing my giant Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse poster living on my living room wall. And if there's one thing that I hope you'll remember from me speaking today, it's that sometimes, in the grand scheme of things, all that stands between you and something that you want is just a leap of faith. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. Sometimes you just have to bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. You might think, what if I fall? And I challenge you to think, what if you don't? What if you fly? Lastly, I'd like to extend one last thank you to my friends and my family, all of whom made the trip to be here today, or those of you watching on the live stream. I would not be here without all of you. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize a few special individuals sitting in the audience, without whom these last 4 years would have been impossible. Even though I have the pleasure of standing up here today, they are the ones that have done truly all the difficult work in service of our class. Please stand as I call your names, and everyone please hold your applause until the end. Pollock Shaw, Secretary. Emily Kim, Treasurer. Shannon Williams-Hamer, Curriculum Representative. Trin Ho, Curriculum Representative. Bhavika Goyal, Social Chair. Emily Kuda, Social Chair. Danica Prada, APMSA Delegate. And Mark Gabriel, APMSA Delegate. All of these individuals have, at one point or another, served on my executive team, and their tireless work for our class is why we are all here today. Please join me in a round of applause for all of them. You all may be seated. And my very last special shout out is to my very own Vice President, Malika Katarali. And she deserves her own special shout out for all that she has done for our class. So Malika, please stand and please join me in one last round of applause. With that, I want to thank you all for being here today. It is my profound privilege to say thank you and congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you for letting me talk to you guys about goldfish for 4 years. To paraphrase the late Robin Williams from the cinematic masterpiece that is Night at the Museum 3, how exciting it is to have no idea what we're doing tomorrow. It's the time for our next great adventure. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you, and don't forget to be a goldfish.
I'm Dr. Marian Hartzell. I'm the Medical Director and Assistant Dean at the Foot and Ankle Institute at Temple Podiatry. Graduates, doctors, please stand. You'll find a copy of the variation of the Prayer of Maimonides in your book. Please repeat with me, or speak with me, please. Thy eternal providence has appointed me health of my creatures. May the love of my art actuate me at all times. May neither avarice nor thirst for glory or for a great reputation engage my mind. For the enemies of truth and philanthropy could easily deceive me and make me forgetful of my lofty aim of doing good to thy children. May I never see thy patient as anything but a fellow creature in pain. Grant me strength, time, and opportunity always to correct what I have acquired, always to extend its domain for knowledge is immense, and the spirit of man can extend indefinitely to enrich itself daily with new requirements. Let me discover my errors of yesterday, and may tomorrow shed new light on what I think myself should today. O God, thou hast appointed me to watch over the life and death of thy creatures. Here I am ready for my vocation. Now I turn unto my calling. You may be seated. Congratulations. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ebony Love, Assistant Dean for Clinical Education and Assistant Professor in the Department of Podiatric Medicine.
Hello. I have the pleasure of delivering today's conclusion. On behalf of our dean, trustees, administration, faculty, and staff, we extend our most heartfelt congratulations to the remarkable class of 2025. Your dedication, resilience, and hard work have paid off, and you should be incredibly proud of all that you have accomplished. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, may you continue to shine brightly and make positive impact on the world. We cordially invite you and your guests to a reception in Mitten Hall where we can celebrate this significant milestone together. Thank you. Good luck to you all.